morning, this is Bob Mason and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. We'll be looking at the MACDs and moving averages and the day support, resistance and pivot levels. It is Sunday the 8th of November. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, we're looking at the hourly candlesticks. Relatively positive start to the day. Going to need to see Bitcoin move through the pivot at 14,999 to support a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 15,586. Going to see broad-based crypto rally, however, for Bitcoin to break out from 15,000 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect resistance at 15 to pin Bitcoin back. In the event of a breakout, you've got that first major resistance level and Saturday's high at 15,740 in the event of a rebound from yesterday's losses. Failure to move through the pivot, and you've got the first major support level sitting at 14,257 that will likely come into play. Barring an extended sell-off, Bitcoin should steer clear of sub-14s. Second major support level sits at 13,670. Looking at the MACDs, we've got a slight narrowing of the bearish histograms, but nothing supportive of a bullish day ahead, so need to keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, we're seeing the 50 narrow on the 100 and the 200, suggesting a bearish day ahead, so need to keep an eye on that as well. So failure for Bitcoin to break back through to 15,000 levels would bring further downside and support levels into play. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, bullish start to the morning. Going to need to see Ethereum break through the pivot at 442.61, support around at the first major resistance level sitting at 462.22. Going to need to see a broad-based crypto rally for Ethereum to break out from 450 levels, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect resistance at 450 to pin Ethereum back. In the event of a rebound from yesterday's losses, could see Ethereum test resistance at 470 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 488.59. Failure to move through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 416.24 into play. Barring a crypto meltdown, Ethereum should still well clear of sub 400s. Second major support level sits at 496.63. Looking at the MACD, we've got a slight narrowing of the bearish histograms, but nothing indicative of a bullish day ahead. So keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, a narrowing of the 50 on the 100 and the 200 suggests further downside in the day ahead. So failure to move through that pivot and break out from 450 levels would bring support levels into play. Moving across to Litecoin against the US dollar, bullish start to the day here. Going to see Litecoin break through the pivot at 60.26 to take a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 63.55. Going to see a broad-based crypto rally for Litecoin to break out from 62 levels, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect resistance at 62s to pin Litecoin back. In the event of breakout, could see Litecoin revisit Saturday's high of 64.87 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 68.15. Failure to move through the pivot would bring support levels into play, and the first major support level sits at 55.66. Barring another extended sell-off, Litecoin should still well clear of the 23.6% pivot at 54. Looking at the MACDs, got a slight narrowing of the bearish histograms supporting this early upside, but nothing indicative of a bullish day ahead, so need to keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, we're seeing the 50 flatten slightly on the 100 and the 200, but again, nothing conclusive to support a rebound from yesterday's losses. So failure to move through that pivot would bring support levels into play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, tracking the broader market, positive start. Going to see Ripple's XRP move through the pivot at 0.2537 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 0.2631. Going to see support from the broader market, however, for Ripple's XRP to break through to 0.26 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect resistance at 0.26 to leave Ripple's XRP short of that first major resistance level. In the event of a rebound from yesterday's losses, should see Ripple's XRP visit 0.265 levels and yesterday's high 0.26752 before any pullback. Failure to move through the pivot will bring the first major support level sitting at 0.2399 into play. Barring an extended crypto sell-off, however, should see Ripple's XRP avoid sub 0.24 levels on the day. Looking at the MACD, it's got a slight narrowing of the bearish histogram, supporting the early upside, but nothing indicative of a bullish day ahead, so keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, the 50 has narrowed on the 100 and the 200, suggestive of a further downside ahead. So failure to move through that pivot level would bring sub 0.245 levels into play. As mentioned, though, however, barring an extended sell-off on the day, should see Ripple's XRP steer clear of sub 0.24 levels.